Hi guys, Dr. B here. This is our lecture on VSEPR theory, or valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. So some things we have to keep in mind is that whenever we're dealing with our Lewis dot structures, like for example C H H H, for example. All of this right here in the bonds, these are all just electrons that are involved. So that means that because electrons all have the same charge of negative, they're going to want to repel from each other as far as they can. And two bonds on the same atom then, therefore, want to get as far from each other as possible. A lone pair of electrons, so that is something like, that's a lone pair. On bromine, there's all of this, like that, etc. So they're still electrons, therefore they're going to want to get as far from each other, they're going to push away from each other as far as they can. So on your notes, please have this down. So the number of domains, whenever I say that, a domain is an area, if you will. So the number of electron areas around a central atom, or the atom I'm focusing on, that is going to be called the electron geometry. There are three main ones you need to know in terms for honors chemistry, for chemistry, sophomore year chemistry. If there are two domains, it is called linear, and I'll show you examples of each of these. If there's three domains, it's called trigonal planar, and then if it's four domains, it's called tetrahedral. The molecular shape itself depends on what is attached to the central atom. And I don't mean like the specific atom itself like attached to it. It's actually on the central atom. If there is, it depends if there is a bond or a lone pair. So if you see a bond that looks something like that, or it can even be something that you may see later on, something that looks like this. What's supposed to be there? So if it's a double bond or a single bond, that still counts as one domain. Like this is one domain, this is one domain, etc. The non-bonding domains are these lone pairs on the central atom. So if there are two bonding domains and no lone pairs, it is called linear, the molecular shape, and has a bond angle of 180 degrees. Trigonal planar has three domains and there are no lone pairs. It is 120 degrees. Tetrahedral, it is 109.5 degrees, and these are all four bonding domains. This shaded triangle, like this, going towards, towards this like atom right here, that is shaded in that way because you're creating a 3D. You're trying to draw a 3D structure, and that indicates that that atom is coming towards the viewer. Here, there is a total of four domains. There are three bonding domains, and one lone pair. It still adds up to four. However, now the shape changes, and that is trigonal pyramidal. The bond angle is 107 degrees, or you can still say 109.5. Either one is okay. This is bent. This is a molecule that has a shape, has two bonding domains and two lone pairs, but still a total of four domains attached to it. The bond angle is 104.5 degrees or 109.5. So here are some examples. I need to put this on there. Let's put the lone pair. So you have H2CO, formaldehyde, just the compound name. On that central atom, the C, there are three electron domains total, three are bonding, and 0 are non-bonding. So that is considered trigonal planar, and the molecular shape is trigonal planar. So reminder, the electron geometry is based on how many domains are there on the central atom, but the molecular shape is based on what specifically is attached to the central atom. CS2, you have 2 domains. 2 are bonding, none are non-bonding. None are lone pairs, essentially, on that central atom only. That's what we're focused on. So 2 domains, the electron geometry is linear, and because none of it is lone pairs, it's linear for the molecular shape as well. You have CH4 that I did earlier. There are 4 domains. None are non-bonding. So the electron geometry for 4 domains is always going to be tetrahedral, and the molecular shape is tetrahedral. You have NH3, nitrogen trihydride, common name ammonia. On this, remember when we've been doing the B's up and all that to try to draw out the Lewis-Stop structures, this is why it's important to get it right. If not, then you're gonna mess up your Lewis-Stop structures and then mess up your VSEPR theory. You don't want to do that. So there are 4 domains. There are 3 bonding and then 1 non-bonding. So for it to be 4 domains, the electron geometry will always be tetrahedral. But the molecular shape is now trigonal pyramidal. You have H2O. There are 4 domains, 2 bonding, 0 non-bonding, meaning 2 lone pairs and 2 bonding domains on the central atom. So because it's 4 domains, it's going to be tetrahedral for the electron geometry, and the molecular shape will be bent. You have CO2, carbon dioxide. On that central atom, you have 2 electron domains, and they are both bonding. There are no non-bonding. So the electron geometry will be linear, and the molecular shape is linear. Okay, that is it for now. Please review this if you need clarification on your electron geometry, molecular shape for VSEPR theory for sophomore year chemistry. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.